All right, welcome back to D20 Woodworking for a shorter review video podcast. I'm everywhere, so you should follow me everywhere. I would greatly appreciate that. But a while back we did 2 card reviews, and it's been like months since we've done this. Okay, this might be the first one of this year, so that's how long it's been. But I know a lot of people really enjoyed these. And basically, we are going through all the aspect cards in the game and talking about them 2 cards at a time. And the last ones we did were with Star Lord. So that means we're going to be moving on to now Gamora. And we have a ally to go through and an event card to go through. So let's go take a look at these cards. Now, really quick, do me a huge favor. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn notifications, all that fun stuff. It helps out a ton. If you're listening to this on the podcast, make sure you subscribe along, leave a review. That really helps out. It turns out, who knew that would help out so much? But all that stuff really, really helps out. So I really appreciate that. Okay. First card we got to do is Angela, which is a pretty interesting ally because it's a 0 cost ally, which is really fascinating to me. And the way that this ally works is pretty cool. So Angela is an aggression ally, 0 cost, 0 thwart, but 2 damage with 3 life. Asgard Guardian. It's a force response card. After Angela enters play, under your control, search the top 10 cards in the encounter deck for a minion and put it in play engage with you. Shuffle the encounter deck. If a minion was not put into play this way, discard Angela. So basically, you're forced to put in a minion of some sort. Hopefully, you're playing a deck with weaker minions, so you don't accidentally put in someone really strong, and that kind of stinks. But realistically, what I like doing with this card is getting Angela in play, getting a cheap ally in where you can knock it out with Angela or something, and then or your hero or whatever. Maybe you have an overkill event, right? So yeah, you'll deal damage onto that minion, but it will overkill onto the villain. Something like that tends to really help out, and it's just good overall. And then this way, you don't want to block with Angela that first round. You want to keep her around, so then you could do the 2 damage the next round, then block with her. The trade-off, honestly, is kind of there for a 0 cost card. It's effective cost of 1, of course. But being able to search and get that minion into play is kind of huge. You're also putting the minion in the play, and you're not revealing the minion, which can also be huge um, as well. So if there's like a minion with surge or something like that. Surge, generally speaking, is revealed. Not generally speaking, pretty much all the time, is when it's revealed. If it's not revealed and it's put into play, the surge doesn't take over, right? There's some other things that like on the card wording that will say it as well, that when the card is revealed, it does XYZ thing. This puts into play. So that actually adds a little bit of benefit there, because if you're playing with a bunch of minions that, like, again, you don't want them being revealed, you want to control when they come out, cards like this, I think, help out a lot. So it's a card that in the beginning I messed around with a lot, that I really liked. I don't use it as much anymore, but it really kind of depends on the minion situation, right? Obviously, you're playing a deck with, or playing against a villain with very few minions, doesn't make sense to use this card. But if you want to, now in aggression, we start seeing some cards with like a minion attachments on them, and that might be a thing I think we see more of like we putting attachments on minions. I think it's gonna be more prevalent as we move forward. Stuff like that can also help out a lot. If you play someone like Valkyrie, right, where you can basically attach your weapon, knock them out, ready yourself back up, and if you have like whatever the cards are that allows you to draw a card for knocking out a minion. Like, there's so many different things you can do with Valkyrie or whomever else that readies up, right? There's certain triggers for that and stuff. So there's options, right? There's options to play around. It's a card that I probably use less than half the amount of time nowadays, but I still use it an okay amount, right? Not a crazy amount. All right, next card we're going to be looking at is Clobber. It's a 2 cost event, aggression still. It's an attack event. Hero action, deal 3 damage to enemy. If this is the first card you played this round, return this card to your hand. This was interesting when it first came out. I feel like this was a card we actually used a lot, because 2 for 3 damage is not, like, it's not great. It's not bad. It is an attack card, so if you're stunned, you can't do anything with that. Whatever else. But it was a card that I feel like got used a bit, but not overly so. And I use it less and less now. Like, I still like the idea that if I have a resource generator, 2 resource generators that allow me to play this card for free, essentially, right? So play it for quote unquote free with our resource generators. I understand it's not actually free. And deal 3 damage, get this card back, and then either use it as a resource or, excuse me, be able to do another 3 damage. Like sometimes you just need to be able to do that. Or if you're trying to take out multiple minions, this is also useful to me. Use the resource generators, take out a minion, get this card back, pay for the card to take out another minion, get this, or you want to get the card back, but you know, be able to take out 2 minions. That's really nice, right? And that's to me where the most value is. Now, as this game has progressed, 3 life minions are a bit more rare, right? They're not exactly as prevalent as they used to be. So the value proposition of this card isn't as good, but there's still a time and place to use this card. I think it's not all the time that I'm just like, oh, this is a completely worthless card. I don't think that's the case, but you do have to be a bit more selective with it. I think. I think it doesn't 100% make sense, and especially if you have a full card pool nowadays, right? So when you have so many cards that we have, there's just better options now, to be completely honest, of aggression cards, generally speaking, or aggression builds or whatever else. I mean, way too many to get into, but there's a fair amount. But are there situations this card makes sense? Yeah, yeah. I don't hate it. Again, I don't play a lot, but I definitely don't hate it. So what I'll try to do is I'll link the rest of these to the playlist that's involved in. Hopefully, you know, it gets a little, YouTube's a little weird about the playlist sometimes. It's a very weird thing that they're doing right now. But anyway, hopefully we'll get back into this. We used to do them every single day. I don't think we're gonna do that because there's just I got too much going on. So I'm hoping like maybe every other day we can get this going because that would be probably easier to do. But like I said, I know people really liked this video series and I would like to get back into it. So once again, do me a huge favor, make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications. If you're listening to it on the podcast, I really appreciate it. So thank you. If you haven't yet, go follow me on twitch.tv/D20 Woodworking. If you have your Amazon Prime sub, or if you don't know what that is and you have Amazon Prime, it means you have one. You have free money to take from Jeff Bezos and give it to your favorite small content creator. It could be me, it could be Nelson, it could be whomever else. It could be any small content creator in the space or outside of the space. Just give it to somebody small. It will make their day. So anyway, appreciate you all, and I'll see you all next time.